Well, good evening, jammers, and welcome to a very special episode of the Jams and Cocktails podcast. I'm Brad Brock, and I'll be your host this evening. Joining me in the legendary JNC Lounge is tonight's destruction crew, the show-stopping Ms. Jordan Taylor.
Showstopper. Hello,
The
everybody.
host of Drums and Rums Podcast, Mr. Paul Robertson.
Hey.
All the rums.
Yeah.
And, of course, our very own Steve the Bruce. Well, you guys, we've got a very special co-op show for you tonight. Paul, Jordan, Steve the Bruce, and I will be interviewing filmmakers Tim Jack and Nic Davis and talking about their new documentary about the famous Gorge Amphitheatre in Washington State. We'll put Tim and Nick on the hot seat inside the Lipton tea. We'll get into the Jordy Files, get our midweek motivation, play Name That Tune. Paul and I, and maybe Steve, we're going to endure a shocking round of Truth Hurts. And of course, we'll debut a new episode of JNC's National Day. This week featuring local legend, the Kevin McLoughlin. So thank you all so much for tuning in live on Facebook, YouTube, and JNC Radio. And to those of you catching the show later on your favorite podcast platform like iHeartRadio. Wherever you're tuning in, please give us a like, share, follow, and subscribe. Well, you guys, before we dive into tonight's festivities, let's christen it with our shot of the week.
Shot. Everybody. We just went through so many changes.
A lot of sounds going on there.
Yes.
Well, to celebrate National Hydration Day, our shot of the week is Orange Gatorade. And it's a very interesting shot. I have to say, I took a little tester of it. I'm not super stoked about it. I think I might have put a little bit too much triple sec in, but I guess we'll see. But it is 3/4 ounce orange vodka, 3/4 ounce triple sec, a splash of sour mix, splash of simple syrup, splash of Sprite. You shake it well in ice. You strain it in a glass, which we have here.
Well, triple sex is better than double sex. So
Yeah. What he
True.
said. I gotta get the Bruce up here.
Yes.
oh,
this ain't bad.
Oh, you tried it?
Oh, you did a little sippy spit.
I'm a blank screen. Look at me. I'm like,
Did I
There he
forget
is.
to
All
say? Did we forget to
off-centered
say
and
grace
shit.
before I shot?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Oh, it is
broke
good,
bread.
though.
Is it good? You guys are enjoying it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't had any yet.
Oh,
Let's do this.
well, hang on. I just
Hey.
got to get you in the screen here.
There
How's that?
he is.
That's better. We're going to need this for later, so cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, it's not bad. The second one was not bad
Yeah.
Ooh.
for me.
You know where Gatorade was made, right?
In Florida? In the Everglades, maybe?
Oh, in Gainesville or Tallahassee.
I've seen the commercials from the sweat of athletes.
The sweat of
Oh,
athletes.
at University of Gator, Florida.
Gainesville?
Yes, the University of Gator, Florida. Jesus.
Oh, my God. Well,
Got
you
Wow.
it. Nailed it.
She must be like from Michigan or something.
maybe. Join us
Gators.
each week for our shot of the week. You can visit us at jncpodcast.com and click on the shot of the week link to see what we're planning and then get everything that you need from our friends at Drizzly.
Drizzle.
Yes. Well, you guys, we have a very, very cool and engaging interview about a very, very interesting place in the music world. And, of course, we are talking about the Gorge Amphitheatre in Washington State. On the line with us, joining us all the way from the opposite side, Pacific time, in Skype, we have Tim Jack and Nic Davis, producers, directors, and overall extraordinaires of the enormous The Gorge Story documentary. And they are joining us here, and we're going to learn all about this amazing documentary that's coming out today. Hey, you guys. How you doing? Welcome to our shows, the Drums and Rums Podcast and the Jams and Cocktails Podcast. It's great to have you guys here. This has been a long time coming. I remember Paul was talking to me about this last Thanksgiving, and even before then, even into 2019 or early 2019, you guys were doing film festivals and getting all geared up to release this amazing documentary, which I'm glad I got to put my eyes on before we got to chat. And then, of course, 2020 happened. All things kind of put a pause for everybody, really. But glad that it's back in motion and that you guys are getting ready to release very, very soon. So we just got some questions for our viewers who are interested in this great amphitheater that is obviously on the West Coast, and we're over here on the East Coast. But I think it transcends space and time, and people need to go and visit this place. So I'm going to turn things over to Paul to kind of kick off our interview with you guys.
All right.
Right on.
Yep. So welcome, guys. It's good to see you again. I know not in person, and as we said, we met back in a couple years ago at the film festival here in Fort Pierce in Florida when you guys met, and I know our good friend, actually alumni of both of our shows, actually.
Yeah, really.
Yep. Chris Springer, and dragged me along and said you need to come to this film, and we got to see it, and I was just blown away. I just remember watching it there up in the balcony at the theater there. So glad to have you on and get a chance to talk to you about the film and everything that what you guys went into putting it together.
And huge shout out to that film festival and the amazing people down there in Florida. That show was phenomenal. It was packed. There were tons and tons of people there, and it got such a great reception for being so far away from where this story is about. So your community just crushed it that day. So we're grateful to have been there, and now
that showing was so sold out. Literally, Tim and I almost couldn't get in. we made this movie, and they're like, "There's no way." So we're like, "Are you kidding me?" Yeah. So we had to go up and we watched it with the projectionist up by the projector. So
wow,
it was crazy. They're like, "No, it was that place was packed," and in hindsight now, I think it ended up actually being a better seat just to being able to be that high, but. Yeah, that was you're right. There's a pretty good film festival. There's a lot of these outdoor festivals here in South Florida and maybe on Florida as a whole. Amphitheaters in general too. We have an amphitheater here in the West Palm area. Nothing, of course, compared to the Gorge, which we'll talk about. But yeah, I mean, we're outside a lot, and as long as it doesn't rain, it passes over. And that was great to see. The crowd that was there and I think everyone was totally blown away by the film, especially with all the questions they asked at the end of the film.
Yeah, so, I love those. The Q&As are some of my favorite part. I just love. I mean, it's been Tim and I have been making this film for over 6 years now, and so it's been a huge labor of love, and we put so much of ourselves into it, and I think it turned out really special. So it's really fun to hang out and talk about it. So thank you guys for having us on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, man, we were actually discussing last night about how long it took you guys to put this kind of film together. And 6 years is a huge mind blow to me. I certainly didn't believe that.
You are not alone.
Yeah. I bet not. 6 years in the making, and for a film that is so concise, really. I mean, obviously, now thinking about it, all the interviews and everything that went into it makes a lot of sense. But you guys put it together in such a very cool way that it's it didn't seem like that much time had passed. We were just sitting there in person with these people.
It flew by watching it. It was like that's it. It just was again for me to see it a second time. Just last week was like. That was, I remember a lot of the parts, and it was like, damn, that was. You want more because you're so enthralled, and I guess just right out of the gate there is, again, we haven't been, and that's an amazing, venue, and it seems like every bit of the stories that you covered, the folks, the story about the lady, that had the sister, seems like there's such a spiritual, this is God made, and you're here. We're all together. Those people are all together for a common thing. We forget about all the other things that are going, and we're all here. They're all there for one thing, And yeah, I mean, I guess it does strike a little bit of emotion, because you're really feeling that spirit. Yeah,
it definitely moved me. So, a question for me is, 6 years ago when you guys began filming, what led up to you deciding to sit down as filmmakers and say, we have to tell the story? What moved you about that particular venue, and what got you there to that venue in the first place to put you down this path?
Yeah, I think Tim and I both have a couple stories on that. Tim, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I think just from the very, very beginning, the day one story is a very simple one. I had seen some footage of the venue, and I had seen on YouTube of Dave Matthews Band performing and recording there, and it just was really beautiful. And I thought, I really have to go there, and I want to see music there and just experience that place. And that was at the time really early into my interest in getting into filming things and kind of telling stories in that way. And I was fortunate enough to have met Nick around just before that time. And Nick is such a great, has always been such a great videographer and cinematographer and director. And I think our paths just came across each other at the right time to make something like that happen. But to be clear, when we started, the original pitch and the original idea was actually to just go there and shoot something short, maybe like a cool YouTube video of just, documenting the experience or telling a little bit of something about it. So it was never from the beginning designed to become a film. And I think through the process of going there and exploring all of this, we didn't know that's what we were exactly getting into, but it became that rather quickly. So it was just through seeing it and deciding, hey, we need to go there, and it just happens to be this incredible story as well.
For sure, it's mind blowing, and I guess when you get there and you go, yeah, we'll just shoot a quick video about this, and then you just see the magnitude of that place. I could see where that would propel you into that.
It took us 3 hours to get out here. You had to fly, and then we had to drive for 3 hours. We can't just do a quick video.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Come on, we got to make a film by this point. We've already invested half of our day into it. So.
Well, I had actually written an email to, and I think this is correct at the time. So the venue's owned by Live Nation, and I think at the time it was divided into Eastern and Western territory. There was actually co-CEOs of Live Nation. If I'm wrong about that, I'm sorry, but I think that's correct. And I had picked the whoever was in charge of the West part of the country, and I just wrote this really simple email saying hey, I'm just some guy, and I think it would be amazing to go film something there, and it just seems like a beautiful place that I want to visit. And here's some links to some other things that we had filmed. And there wasn't much, to be honest with you. I just really barely started creating any content at all. And I kind of shot the email off like this is something that is probably never going to happen or never even be read by a human being. And much to my surprise, I think he emailed back within half an hour and was like, oh, actually, there's a really interesting story about this place, and you should talk to some of the people on the ground there. They have such a great story to tell. So very unlikely situation that came from that. Here we are now.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, it's wild, man. And the amount of people that you got to talk to was just astonishing to me. And so many people clearly have a story about this place that is, even after your film is put together, is still untold. Imagine how many other people have their own personal story. I'm waiting for the Gorge 2.
There you go.
We're gonna go back to Paul.
And Brad and I will do whatever you guys need. That we will tag along for that, because
sure.
I think that's what we take away. It's like this is talk about such a very cool thing to be able to to do. Filmmakers, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Is the musicians are interviewing and their stories. I think that's a really key. Mike McCready talked about driving all the way out there from Seattle and then back in the morning to go to work, and the musicians had their own stories, and I think that was totally like, wow, right? So
I think there's an element. Like there's an element that
be a musician if he's showing up to work after going to a show at 5 a.m. So I think he's in the right. Like I think he found the right profession.
Sure. He definitely did. He was made for that.
And I think that he said he'd gotten out of playing guitar and then saw a show and it kind of re-sparked him to get back into it. I think that was. I could be confused. Yep.
Yeah, it seemed a time when he had lost inspiration and wasn't playing as much music, and I think he said, he just didn't know if it was going to happen for him, and being at the Gorge and seeing Stevie Ray Vaughan was, one of the key moments that turned all that around for him.
And that's
one thing we were trying to get in the film too, that I hope comes across, because we were messing with that section a lot, where it's a really powerful moment, I feel like, for any Pearl Jam fan, because, Mike McCready is obviously an integral part of Pearl Jam. And so it's like, does Pearl Jam exist without Mike McCready going to that Stevie Ray Vaughan show, seeing that incredible show, and then like picking up a guitar again? I mean, he had basically given up music at that point. So we were trying to tell this story and like get that point across in a pretty quick moment. I mean, I'm glad. It always makes me happy to hear when you guys are like, we wanted more, and we were like excited throughout, because that's the goal. Like, we don't want anyone to be bored at any point when they're watching the film. Like, we want you to leave being excited and like wanting more. And so we're trying to tell all these stories really quickly and keep people engaged. And and that was one of them that we spent a lot of time sort of working through. So,
and I think that worked really well with the interweaving of the many stories. The owners, or the personal stories, the musicians, the evolution of the venue as well, which is crazy amongst itself, right? It almost seemed like it obviously did. Yeah, this is kind of cool. Let's do some music, and then all of a sudden, boom, and then the Bob Dylan. And you talk a little bit about how that, a little bit more about how that Bob Dylan, it was because it was the promoter that just kind of same thing, just went at it and landed Bob Dylan, and boom, they blew up, right?
I think that's like a testament to what they would tell you about the early days. Is it was never as organized and clean and simple as it is the experiences today. That was when they were just first figuring out what this place was capable of in terms of drawing a crowd, and I think they were really largely unorganized at that time and had a lot of difficulties with the logistics. And I think the quote there was that they had been set up for a certain audience size, but they just kept selling tickets, and they didn't really know what the capacity was. So they just kind of just found out the hard way.
Yeah, it's like a personal challenge, right?
Yeah, they're like, there is no capacity. They're like, we're in a field. Like, what's the capacity of a farmer's field? Like, there is no capacity. So like, I guess we'll just keep selling tickets. They realized the infrastructure was not there, though. I mean, we interviewed people from that show who were like, we were just driving through farmers' fields. We were I mean, it was just there was no infrastructure. So even though technically like they didn't hit capacity, I mean, there was no roads, there was no lighting, there were no bathrooms. Like, people, they talk, you hear Martin, a rancher neighbor, talking about people who are just washing their dishes in irrigation ditches. And like, it was it seems like a Woodstock-like feel from what I've heard about it. So it was a pretty special moment in that amphitheater's history.
Yeah, no kidding. Like Woodstock, another notoriously underplanned event that is just, obviously Woodstock legendary. I do want to ask a question about Dave Matthews. So Dave Matthews obviously plays there every Labor Day, 2-day show, or 2 nights, and is woven into the Gorge history for all the way back from the early 90s. And so here in our little amphitheater in West Palm Beach, Florida, he comes, prior to COVID, but he would come and play 2 nights in a row here. So I feel like that's kind of his shtick as he goes around and does these multiple nights. But like, I know here, people go in droves to see Dave play at our little amphitheater. So when you approached him or his people about being kind of the face for this film, or kind of like, I hate to say the host, but like he is definitely the most integral person for the Gorge continuously. Was he super stoked about it, or like how is that trying to get him involved? Delicious.
There are layers. I guess the first thing to say about it is that the film would not be the same without Dave Matthews being in it. I don't even know if you could make it without him being in it at all. So yeah, it's super integral. As far as like going to the team and approaching them with this, I think the great news is that it wasn't a very difficult thing to ask, because the artists, as busy as they are, and as difficult as they are to reach, they also have incredible attachment to this place, and they have a great personal story to tell most of the time. So it was relatively easy to make the ask, and they were very receptive, and we were able to get Dave on the schedule, and it was a great time shooting that weekend. He was there. A lot of the Dave Matthews Band team was on site with him, and everybody was just friendly and was able to make a great interview happen. Maybe one day we'll be able to release the full. I've always thought about this, releasing the full unedited version of the interview. Dave is such a funny character and great person to be around. I think at some point during the middle of the interview, he just like stopped and just realized that he was wearing a zip hoodie and was like, this is my fashion. It's just the way I go. He just like realized that he was wearing a hoodie on the interview, and in that moment. Anyway, there's just a lot of great little things like that are.
What did I say, guys? The Gorge 2.
Yeah, there you
it's
go.
coming.
Right,
It's coming.
Right.
Director's cut.
Yeah. Right.
I think Dave apologized for it, Tim, if I remember. I think he just sort of was, answered a question and then looks down. He's like, I'm so sorry I'm wearing that. I did not even realize I was going to be interviewed today. I'm like wearing sweats. He's just a character, man. He's super funny.
But yeah, it was fun to be around him, and the team was, to answer your question, the team was very willing to accommodate, and just since then too, because it's not just the interview in something like this. There's other elements to creating the film, like we have music by the band that's been incorporated. We obviously like to work together with the different artists to help make announcements and share with the fans that this is all happening. So Dave and so many of the other teams that we've worked with have been really generous and awesome to help us get this out there.
It's so great. I was going to mention that as well. Well, first I wanted to say that Jordan and I, one of our favorite parts was when Dave mentioned that he was most noticeable or most recognizable by his forever receding hairline. I got a huge laugh out of that. And it's a testament to Dave's character as just a person. And very, very cool that you guys were able to get him, because as you mentioned, the movie probably would not have been the same without his presence. You mentioned that you incorporated his music, but you incorporated so much music. And what I loved and didn't even realize at first was that the music throughout almost the entire film was actually the music from the clips of people performing live there at the Gorge.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of surreal because it really, in my opinion, it really brought it all together, because it wasn't like canned music or something that you recognize from a record. This was original music being performed in the place that you're talking about. So, and you could throw each other under the bus if you want. Tell us whose idea that was to kind of incorporate that in the film as the soundtrack.
I think it was both.
A two-step process.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it was Nick's idea and our editor Brian's idea to actually incorporate those, which was obviously an extremely good decision, and I can't think of another film that does something quite like that, where it's just kind of stitched to. It's kind of like the thing that turns the chapter for each section of the film. There's a live music session there. But we were actually originally creating those videos as some promotional supplementary content. The idea was to create some live session recordings that we could release either before or after the film to help spread some awareness and get some extra content out there. And I don't know, Nick, do you remember how that ended up moving from that idea to actually getting into the edit?
A lot of rum. I had a few drinks, and no, I mean, yeah, I think to Tim's point, Tim had this idea to create these live sessions, and so yeah, I can't remember exactly the process, but I think at one point it hit me that we really needed to bring those that there was a cool style, both a stylistic reason to do that, and I think just a little bit of necessity too. You're always looking for music that you can bring into a film. And that you can license and like that fits. And so it is really cool how it worked out. Because Brad, to your point, I mean, we were, even a lot of the music that aren't actually like live sessions, like a lot of the tracks are still live. So Bob Dylan's track is, we have a track from Bob Dylan that's live there. We have a track from Pearl Jam that's live. Obviously, like a lot of the Dave stuff is live. So even the live sessions certainly make up a big chunk of the film and of the score and the soundtrack. But we also have all these other little like cool archival live performance tracks too. So it's a pretty it worked out really nicely.
Now, we were talking a little bit before we got into this interview about the unique structure of this film and how it was put together. So please elaborate a little bit on how that came together, because watching it visually as a viewer, it is unique and incredibly engaging. Even some of the little stories that were kind of woven into the entire film, really, I mean, I found myself choked up a couple of times, and not at the places or the parts that you'd think that I'd be choked up at. So just tell us a little bit about the structure of the film and why you guys decided to go in that particular direction.
Well, Brad, now I'm curious. Now I'm like, did the geology get him? What's Brad crying about?
Well, whenever there's a massive rush of water that changes the landscape, I'm all about it. 100%.
It gets you, man. Right. It gets the massive rush of water going from the eyeballs too. I get it.
I think he was hoping it was the story that if that was really wished that it was him on the stage instead of Jason Mraz.
Yeah, maybe.
Right.
Why couldn't it have been me? And Dave came out. We're going to talk about that too, but I'm sorry to interrupt you guys.
No, you're good. I mean, I love talking about the structure because it's something that Brian, our editor, and I worked on for a long time. And I can't remember how many passes we did, but it was something like, we're currently on like pass number 35 or 40 or something. I mean, we've been through so many revisions of the film, just honing it down, like really just chipping away at it and trying to make this story as compelling, as interesting, and really as creative as possible, like working in the lab with pulling scenes around and like moving stuff around to make it both fascinating, but also to have it say something and to evoke emotion, but to tell the story creatively. I mean, there's so many elements of putting a film together. And so a few things that stand out to me about the structure, like one is, I think what's really special, and that started from the beginning, is going from this really big geologic concept of this massive seismic event that caused the gorge to even be created. And throughout the course of the story, sort of slowly getting a little more micro throughout, and then finally landing on these very personal, intimate stories of like single people, of how this massive event has impacted so many lives, and then just honing in on one or two people and showing how much it impacted them and how important that is. And so I think structurally it's a really cool film. And that's something that's been there from the very first treatment, is that general structure that sort of stuck around. So I'm really proud of that. And I've got sort of a funny story on that actually that I was just thinking about, but maybe we'll save that one for another time.
For the Gorge 2.
Gorge 2 coming in 2035.
And I think to add something to
year.
that, I'd like to say that there's so many people that have been to this place and have had their unique experiences there, and everybody has a different story, but in some ways, they're all the same in some way, which is that they all relate to, some meaning that is about that place or about the people you're with at that place. And I think Nick and Brian did a great job of figuring out how to make the stories that are in the film representative, at least, of other people's experiences, because it'd be impossible, obviously, to tell every single person's story in one film. But I think those that were chosen do a really good job of being relatable, both to people who have been there and know it and experience it directly, but also just in general, anyone who's watching the film, I think, would be able to draw some connection to a place that has a lot of meaning and created some change in their life, or is some sort of repeated activity that they do every year, what have you, that they're excited about. And so there should be appeal. I think there's appeal. Most people think that we've talked to and have seen it, think there's appeal to a really broad musical audience out there, whether they've been or not. I just hope that when people watch it, they are excited to go there more than if they watch it and say, well, like, now I know everything about it and I don't need to go anymore.
Right. Yeah.
I would doubt that. Right. To your point, it's, you have to experience it. And, like I said, we both weren't watching at the same time. We weren't getting choked up at the same parts. Because like I said,
don't let it fool you. We were holding hands. Yeah. It was a thing.
Yes.
He's like, yeah.
And that, again, that there's that sense of everyone's there, and it is as crazy as watching the film again, pre and post pandemic. And a lot of crazy things have gone on in between those points of time since I saw it. It was like I said, whether it was Woodstock 50 years ago or something, everyone's there, all for a reason. They're have fun, and just enjoying it. And again, in that natural setting. Let's talk a little bit about the cinematic aspect, because I think some of the shots of that raw beauty in nature, it was just, breathtaking, right? And again, I think that's hopefully to your point, is that the folks that watch that film, it's like, man, I've got to go there and experience that for myself, because it just looks awesome, let alone just being there to see a show too, right?
Yeah, I mean, it is a special place, and we did our interview with Nick Zentner, who's the geologist that sort of bookends the film in some ways. I mean, he opens it and I think has one of the closing lines, and that interview was over 2 hours, and it was fascinating. And I mean, we learned so much about the history of the place, and like that, just the geology of that area is totally fascinating. So, I think one thing we wanted to do is figure out unique ways to bring in the cinema of this, sweeping landscape with literally nothing there. I mean, when the gorge pops up, when an event happens there, it is the biggest city in the county. It really is an incredibly small town where the gorge was created. So I think that's one of the most unique things, really, is that it's now about 30,000 people that come out on a day to this place.
Wow.
And going from literally a little winery with a plywood stage to a 30,000 person music venue, like we've seen how fragile music venues are, and for for the gorge to have persisted this many years, it's pretty stunning. I mean, there was a period of time where people didn't think it was going to make it, because it's like, how can a 30,000 person music venue exist in the middle of rural Washington State?
Exactly.
It seems unbelievable. It really does. And it's like, and they're killing it. It's like people want to go because it's this special Jason Mraz talks about it in the film. It's like, it's a pilgrimage. You know, when you go there, you are dedicated, like, it's a journey. You know, you're not going there for show. You're going there usually for a couple days. You got to get a cooler. You need supplies. Like, you're investing time into it. I think particularly now, it's like when everything's at our fingertips and sort of going off on those journeys, it means, even when I go on them, I'm like, it means even more to me. And Tim and I have talked about this. We're like, we got to do more of this stuff, because it just is so important to, I think, to take that time and just like be with your community and take time away from your phone and like enjoy the outdoors and music and like get into it, you know? So I don't know if I answered your question at all, but
but it sounded good.
I'm thinking a lot.
Jordan, do you have any questions? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you guys.
Oh, I was just going to say, I think to your question about some of the aerial shots, I have to give a shout out to this guy named Chopper Dave. So
why does it always have to be a Chopper Dave? I feel like
that's a guy I want to fly with.
Yeah, that's the common thread here. It's always Chopper Dave.
We showed up at Sasquatch to film, and there was this guy with a helicopter there. Just he had it parked in the grass, and I don't even know why he was there now, but he was there, and. At some point, somebody came up to us and said, "Hey, you know, do you guys want to go fly in this helicopter?" And I think it was supposed to. Maybe I'm wrong. I memory's a little bit unclear on this. I think it was supposed to be just for fun. We were just gonna get a free ride, I guess, and that was good enough for me. But obviously, we were there filming, and we were able to take a camera up there, and the helicopter was just basically a flying bubble with no doors, and you could quite literally hang out the side of the door, kind of with your body, you know, just suspended more or less in midair. And the helicopter was super maneuverable, and so they were actually a lot of the aerial shots that you'll see in the film. Some of them were drone shots for sure. But some of the best ones, I think, were really actually shot out of this guy's helicopter, just literally hanging a big camera out the side of it, and it was very unplanned. It was very impromptu. I don't think anyone had any experience filming out the side of helicopters, but it worked out super well. And whoever stabilized that footage later, so shout out to that person, because it was very choppy, but it came out amazing.
Yeah, well, as long as the pilot had experience piloting, I think that's really the more important thing. But Jordan, do you have any questions over there?
Well, to piggyback off of the Jason Mraz thing for a minute, I guess. So me being as young as I am, I was not really in the know with the Dave Matthews era too much. Like, knew him, but Jason Mraz was my jam, obviously, growing up. And I had no idea after watching the film how he became famous. I'm like, I know all of his songs. I feel like I know all about him, but I know nothing about him, clearly. So that part of the story was super cool. Brad and I even did, extra credit homework afterwards and watched the entire where Dave Matthews came on, because we were or at least I was super interested in that whole thing. And then to piggyback off of it, it was awesome because not knowing Dave Matthews through your interviews, I feel like I kind of know him now, and I'm like, he's a cool dude. Like, he's a witty little man. I like him. And so I just feel like in your film, there's a story for everyone, whether you can identify with the landscape, the geography, the Jason Mraz, Dave Matthews coming together, Pat's story, the just turning it into a camping adventure. Like, there's just a piece for everyone to relate to in one way or another. So I thought it was very, well executed.
Well, to touch on that, clearly it was a huge turning point for Jason Mraz's career. Getting to talk to him about his experience with, way back in, I guess that was 2002 is when that went down. But his career from that point on exploded, and he's now the Jason Mraz, Mr. A to Z that we all know and love. So,
the geek in the pink too.
Yeah, the geek in the pink. So did he explain at all how impactful the Gorge was to his career after his time there?
Yeah, I mean, he even still to this day, I mean, he has a picture of the Gorge in his studio. that's we filmed his interview just outside of his studio in California, and he brought out this photo and he says that, I keep this photo of the Gorge because that's how much that place meant to him. I don't even think it's him performing at the Gorge. I think it's just a photo of the Gorge, that he has there. And so it, you can tell like it's been a big part of his life, and it's obviously a really important place for him. So yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
Very cool.
amazing.
That's very good. So the I'm gonna jump back and ask you, Zingy, with this question here. So when you guys were here in town, did you ever finally see the alligator that you were looking for?
Oh, we saw so many.
That is a great question. I love it.
Oh yeah,
remember that? That's amazing. We went into random golf courses. We were just like, we were all over. I don't even know what golf course we went to. We were like, we heard they're in golf courses, so we just started roaming.
We were in restaurants and coffee shops, and I was going up to people who were local, and I was like, hey there, do you know where we can find a gator?
Yeah, any body of water.
No, they looked. If I remember correctly, you guys tried your damnedest to and you're like, we've been everywhere. And we still haven't seen one. No.
Couldn't find one. Found a guy that had a fan boat at some point, and
Chopper Dave.
It was the Chopper Dave of fan boats.
It was his cousin.
And this guy took us out, and it was a little late in the day. I guess the gators don't come out when it gets too hot, and I don't know him that well. I'm not a gators expert, but anyway, he was not feeling confident that we were going to see any, and it didn't take long. We were going across these kind of flatlands, and then we turned a corner into like a narrow little ravine. And we were basically, what's that game where you smash, they pop up and you try to hit one of them?
Oh, whack-a-mole.
And then
Whack-a-mole.
It was like whack-a-mole, but it was gator. The fan boat was going by, and they were just, the heads were popping up and then going down and then popping up. I don't know. We saw dozens of them.
Nice.
It's crazy. I was literally
Super
just driving.
cool.
I was driving down Interstate 95, just coming home from a gig, and there was a huge 6-foot gator in the middle lane on 95.
Oh yeah,
and just every Floridian driving was just going right around him.
You sure
I was
that
like,
wasn't
that is impressive.
You sure that wasn't a semi, Tyler?
No, dude. Trust me. Florida born and raised. I know a gator when I see one. Truth.
yeah. That's the funny thing I always like when people come from out of town. They've never seen a gator before, and the first time they see one, you think it's like Jurassic Park, like the first time they're seeing a dinosaur. It's amazing.
I just made a TikTok of that. I saw my first alligator last week, and I've lived here for 7 or 8 years now, so it was really exciting.
I've seen 12, 13, 14-foot ones walking across golf courses and stuff, and it's
unreal.
It's something.
You guys got to come back to Florida. We'll show you all the gators, and then we can eat them.
Yeah,
that's a thing down here.
I'll take you to see some big gators.
Just to kind of wrap up a little bit, you guys, I do want to mention or ask a little bit, Nick, this goes to you. I read that in 2020, you were nominated for 2 Emmy Awards. Tell us a little bit about that experience, and was that your first time being nominated?
Thanks, man. I got nominated for a couple different projects for the last, I think this is actually the 3rd year. We got nominated for some stuff in 2021 too. It's been cool. I mean, I actually forgot to even say anything about it this year. So I was talking to some of my team, and my team at 408 Productions, my company. They're like, "Yeah, you should have told us about that. We probably would have posted about it." So I messed that one up. But I mean, look, it's fun getting to the point now where I started my company 10 years ago when I was still in college, and have just hustled for so long. I mean, Tim's an entrepreneur as well, and he knows how hard it is to just start a company, particularly in an industry as competitive as the film industry. And so to be recognized for stuff like that, I mean, I'm just honored to be able to do it, to be able to make movies for a job and do this stuff. And so, I mean, any nominations are super cool, and they're the icing on top. So yeah, man, the movie going live today now, it's fun. It's a big day. So I'm excited to release it into the world.
That's awesome. Well, at this point, let's do a little thing that we like to call Shameless Plugs. And it's our guest's opportunity to put out any of their shameless plugs in. You can plug them as shamelessly as you like, because we do it here. Let us know what we need to be looking for, when we need to be looking for it, and where we can find it.
My Venmo is at NIC.
Right.
I mean, I think the biggest one is definitely going to be for the film. So tickets are on sale now, enormousmovie.com. It's nationwide. It's in every major market. And so I think like that's the biggest thing is just going to check out the film, like give it a watch. We're super proud of it. And so I just want to get people to go out and check it out. My company, 408 Productions, we're a documentary firm. We do a lot of commercial branded work. So, I mean, you can always hit us up to our partnership directors, David at 408.productions. If you want to do some work with us. But yeah, Tim's doing a bunch of crazy shit too. So talk to him.
What am I doing? There's so many crazy things. I'm going to just keep it really simple. I completely agree with Nick. The only thing that I truly want to plug is the film. And if you didn't hear that and you didn't see it on the bottom text there, enormousmovie.com, we are so lucky to be able to put this in an actual physical movie theater after the whole COVID pandemic situation. And I think being able to get out and see the film on the big screen is something we waited a long time for. And there was potentially other paths to not do that. But I think really being patient and letting all of this happen and get on the screen is probably the most exciting thing. Outside of that, I have a new kind of music and pop culture upstart that's a joint venture between one of my companies and a couple of other companies here in Los Angeles called Tout, T-O-U-T. It started as a Spotify playlist network where we have a couple 100,000 people following and engaging with our playlists. So it's more like a music curation type of brand. But we just launched with full production video studios, and we have a bunch of great artists coming in. We have a bunch of influencers and interesting people coming in to create content to recommend music and talk about pop culture stuff. That is on TikTok at TOUT, and then it is on Instagram at Ontout, ONTOUT. So I'll leave that in there.
Awesome.
It's brand new.
That's very exciting. Very, very exciting. Very forward thinking. That's awesome, man. I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for the film in any theaters near us, and I think we need to put together like a party bus and go out and check it out and introduce it to some people down here, and then maybe, just maybe, we'll take a wild trip to Washington and go catch a show when the shows start back up at the Gorge.
Oh darn!
Yeah. Oh darn, Jordan. She's
Terrible.
she's all last year. She's like, I can't wait to travel. I can't wait to go and get out of this place.
Anywhere.
Too many gators. She saw her first gator and she's I'm out of here.
Yeah.
So, Nick, is there a theater in their area, Nick, on the list? Do you know?
I think so. Yeah, there should be some. If there's not, by the way, you guys just let us know. If there are theaters that aren't on our list, the distribution companies, like, just let us know. We're happy to get. So fans out there too, if you guys are listening and there's not a theater in your area, hit us up and we'll try and get one.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we got some homework to do.
Good to know. I have two random questions really quick for each of you fellas. Have either of you personally ever attended a show at the Gorge? And if so, who did you see and when?
It's funny. The first time I ever went to the Gorge was for this project. So I grew up in Montana, like hearing about the Gorge, hearing about Sasquatch, hearing about Paradiso. Nice. And the first show I ever went there was for Sasquatch. Was when we were shooting out there.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, I mean, we've seen so many shows out there at this point. I think every time I've been out there, except for maybe the final Sasquatch Tim and I went out for, where we weren't filming, and we sort of had a feeling it might be the last one. And the project started at Sasquatch, and it just, I'm really happy we were there because it was such an important part. Like, it was just such an important festival for the film, and I think for us. And it was cool to see it when I think Jeff Tristler said when the beast got tamed. So.
Nice.
Yeah, for me, believe it or not, same thing. The first show that we were at there was the first time we ever arrived there. I think we were filming within an hour of arriving. I mean, we just showed up and we're just filming, and didn't even really get a chance to take it all in. But I guess to put it into context, we filmed for 2.5 or so concert seasons, coming out to different events. That's part of the reason it took so long, is because there's only so many major show dates in a given summer, so we were only able to go out during those times. But we did get to have some extracurricular time and see a bunch of shows. Picking a top favorite would be really difficult, but I'm gonna say watching Portugal the Man there was one of my top 3 favorite shows I've seen at the Gorge. I think that was also at Sasquatch. And another one that came to mind when you asked the question was St. Paul and the Broken Bones, which we did interview Jesse and Paul from that band as part of the film, and that show was incredible. I think we were filming parts of that performance, and just being on the side of the stage and down in the press pit and stuff to take some pictures and stuff was a really amazing experience.
Portugal the Man was so cool. I mean, they let me get on stage with them. I'm like behind a speaker filming. I'm like, this is crazy. I mean, they were in such an upward trajectory in their career too. It was exciting. This was a really cool show. So yeah, good job.
They crushed it that night. I was super excited about it.
Nice. That's awesome.
And of course, Dave, we enjoyed some great Dave shows there. Every time we've been there that he was performing, it's been awesome.
That's Dave Matthews. Come on, man. I buy tickets for Dave every time. Like I said, he's here in Florida, and we go see him. Him and Zach Brown, man. They're like our 2 bands that we go to see on the regular here.
And he's a good actor too. He was in Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Yeah. He was in that. And he was in I think Just Go With It. Loves the Adam Sandler films, I guess. I think there was even another one that he was in. But yeah.
Part of the crew. And
part
then
of the crew.
One other question. So what is one moment in the whole filmmaking process of this incredible story that stands out to you or is the most memorable? Like whether it's someone you interviewed or just a funny story about something that happened, or...
Tim, you go first.
I'm going to answer that question in maybe in an unexpected way. Making this film has been one of the most difficult, slowest, most challenging projects ever. I think I've never worked so many hours on something that is distilled down into such a small little end product that is 1 hour long in my life. And I'm not just saying this, and Nick could attest to this. There have been so many times, especially Nick and I just doing this as an independent team, without, big financing and all that stuff. I just wanted to give up so many times. And I don't know, maybe Nick did too, but I feel like the moments that were really pivotal is like, I would be wanting to give up and be like, dude, I don't even care if this ever comes out. I'm done. I don't know. I just can't do it anymore. And then Nick would be like, you know what? We have to do this. We have to keep going. And then we would talk about it. And I'm like, you're right. We have to do this. And then vice versa, whenever I would be excited about something like, we got to make this happen. And Nick wouldn't be excited, but then we would help each other out. That back and forth process. I mean, just a couple of months ago, I was like, I can't do it, And Nick was like, no, we got to do it. We're gonna finish this, and I was like, okay, we're gonna finish it then. Anyway, so for me, the filmmaking process has really been the most memorable part. Is about not giving up and making it to the end, seeing something through. Great reminder of that. It has not been easy. So that is my most recurring and noticeable memory.
Nice.
For sure.
Great.
Amazing
great
answer.
Yeah.
And what about you, Nick?
Yeah. I mean, it's so funny. I forgot even about the whole question with Tim's answer because I'm just like, yeah, that's exactly what it was. I mean, it's like I've called it a war of attrition a bunch of times because it's just, I mean, we just had to persevere through so many hurdles because we are a totally independent team. I mean, it's been Tim and I really from the beginning, almost solely. I mean, we brought in a lot of people over, I shouldn't say that, like there's been a lot of people who have touched it in a lot of different ways, but just not the money and the budget to really be able to like bring on a full-time staff, which is the case with most movies and really like be able to see it through. So it's been a huge process, and shout out to a couple like Brian De Herrera Schneering, our editor, who has also just been a total angel of a human being. I mean, just like the patience that he has had throughout years of editing the film and finally like working through it to get it out.
This guy is
amazing.
a machine.
So, yeah, I mean, he's been fantastic, and so like don't want to leave this without highlighting people like him, and now our distributors and just everyone who's been a part. It's like it's been a huge process, and so I really appreciate everyone that's put their time into it and made it happen. I'm trying to think of
I think Jeff Hammerton is another person that has been extremely helpful. He was our cinematographer, and early on he was just so involved in bringing equipment and just having a vision for it. And he was just he's also like a machinist. He gets deeply into what the goal is, and you can really see. I mean, the vast majority of the footage in the film. I don't know what percentage, but an enormous percentage of footage is original footage that we shot or Jeff shot or other people shot. And so,
shout out Jeff Hammerton for sure.
Yeah, for sure. He's awesome.
Shout out to Jeff.
Yeah, hammer tone, man. Well, the reason that I was like, yes, Tim, because I was struggling. I was like, what's my memory going to be? And bam, hammer time. Yes. So I've got this great memory with Jeff Hammerton where I think it was one of our first, I can't remember how early on it was, but it was pretty early. And we're all backstage and we're sort of, getting to know each other as a crew. And we randomly somehow like get to this backstage show of, I think an electronic concert, EDM concert. And we're sort of right off to the side stage, and someone has like a case of Bud Lights somehow back there. So we like are all drinking Bud Lights out of this case, and we're like dancing. And
this is post. This is like after we're done filming.
Yeah. Full disclosure, post production. But yeah, I mean that was just like those moments I think where we could let loose and really enjoy, that experience.
I think what you're talking about is, I think it might have been Major Lazer and maybe, and then Jeff is very serious and very focused always. And we're all trying to like get Jeff to come out of his shell. Like, Jeff, like, let's have fun. Let's do something fun.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, this guy who you would never assume, he just starts dancing like very, very well, like scary. Like you're just like, wow, where did this come from? This guy just became this amazing dancer right now. And
those deep hidden talents.
He was holding it back the whole time. And I think we called it hammer time. It was awesome.
Hammer time. I mean, he was so focused. He was the type of person where we would wake up at 8 a.m. or something, or 9 a.m. and it's like baking hot out in the desert, in the high mountain desert of the Gorge. And Jeff comes back with like his arm dressed in a bandage and blood dripping down. We're like, what happened to you?
He had been out for like 3 or 4 or 5 hours already. He was filming for hours before we woke up. And like, I think he like cut his arm open using a drone.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So dangers of the job there, it's like casualty of filmmaking, I suppose.
Yeah, bleed for your art.
Yeah, right. Well, you guys, we're going to put you through our little segments that we have here planned for you. We're going to let Paul go first with a segment that he calls 4 Beats or Less. So we're going to turn you over to that, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up. Are you guys good on time for right now?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Are you having a good time right now?
Brad, come on.
Get some more rum,
Yeah,
fellas.
okay. We're having a ball,
Actually,
man. You
yeah.
guys are really
Yeah.
super cool, man. And like I said, we've done a lot to stroke your egos tonight. So I'm just gonna do it just a little bit more. Really, really a great film, man. And it's really a cool opportunity to get to chat with you about it. So many people get to see really great films and never get to voice their opinions about it or get to know the people that create it. So this is very cool and special experience for us. So put that in there and let that swirl around just a little bit. And I'm going to send you over to Paul, and we're going to start his.
We need
4
it,
beats.
Brad.
Yeah,
we need everything we can get. Come on, 6 years. Give us something.
Fair enough. You got it. I'm going to send you over to Paul, and he's going to start up his segment with you guys.
All right, guys. So this is 4 beats or less. This is things that come, first thing in your mind. Don't overthink it. So in 4 beats or less, do you guys play any instruments?
Guitar.
Okay. All right. In 4 beats or less, other than the Gorge, what other venue is your favorite?
Oh, Red Rocks, probably.
LA, anywhere.
In 4 beats or less, what film, movie got you into filmmaking?
Ooh. I thought you were going different with it. I was going to say Muscle Shoals.
Muscle Shoals.
Huge influence for the film.
Okay.
I don't know if that got me into filmmaking, but that was a huge
For this film, Muscle Shoals came to mind right away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Rebellion.
All
That's
right.
my answer.
Okay. Then very good. All right. So this one's for Nick because he's already outed himself on this one. All right. So in 4 beats or less, what's your rum or choice? Since you've mentioned rum, many times there.
I mean, Paul, unfortunately, I do not have a refined taste of rum, so I'm drinking some Kraken right now.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Release the Kraken.
Yes. That's potent stuff, man.
I mean,
Kraken and tacos. I like it.
It's like a nice cocktail. I've got like a little bit of ginger beer. I got a little lime, a little dark and stormy. So,
Oh, nice. Very good.
Not too picky about
And
the rum.
this is the perfect way to wrap up that, because Kraken is coincidentally something that Nick and I worked on together. We went to the home of the person who designed the Kraken. It's an octopus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to this.
Kraken.
It's Kraken. But we went to this guy's. We got to go film at this guy's house, and it was quite an interesting experience.
He's a
say.
wild artist. Yeah, he
Yes.
does this whole like poster board creation, like stabbing thing where he's just like etching this whole. I don't even know exactly. I can't even remember the terminology for the art that he does, but it's really beautiful. It's that sort of iconic charcoal looking, Kraken figurine, and he does a lot of stuff like that. So we were filming his process, and it was a pretty rad shoot for what was that company? Diageo, right? Tim?
Diageo.
Yeah. So, yeah, Brad and I know a few rum owners that are characters in their own right.
I feel like you can't own a rum company and not be some sort of crazy character.
No, I told you there's that. It's not a joke. It's like, this doctor and this pirate walk into the bar, and we both know.
And we know them by name.
Yes. All right. Well, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Nice. 4 beats
Four
or
beats
less.
or less.
Yeah.
Done.
Like it.
Yeah.
All right. So my segment is called Inside the Lipton Tea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you guys some rapid fire questions. If you're fans at all of Inside the Actor Studio, these will be very familiar to you. If you're not, then may God have mercy on your soul.
That's Will Ferrell, right? He's the one who does it.
It's funny that you say that. Will Ferrell does impersonate James Lipton, so yes, you might
I know,
might be
joking.
familiar.
Yeah.
I am going to get crushed on this. I have no idea what this means.
So what we'll do is we'll just we'll have Nick go first, and then Tim, you can jump in right after. That way we don't get confused with who's answering first. So hang on just a second. I have a little graphic intro, and we'll get down to it. This is Inside the Lipton Tea. Welcome to Inside the Lipton Tea. I'm Brad Brock, playing the part of Mr. James Lipton, host of the legendary Inside the Actor Studio. I'm here with Tim and Nick, producers, directors, and overall masterminds of enormous The Gorge Story. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing great, Brad. Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you so much for having us to Inside the Lipton Tea.
It's my pleasure. Are we ready to begin?
Yeah.
Please. Let's do it.
Nick and Tim, what is your favorite word?
Persephone.
Banana.
And banana.
Love it.
What is your least favorite word?
I was gonna say documentary film because I'm like, oh my god, we're coming off 6 years of like making this thing. Also, I'll go sure. Let's go with documentary, feature length documentary film.
Moist.
It's a pretty common one, believe it or not. What turns you on?
Documentary film. Yeah, I mean, I guess it really
moist
it does.
documentary film.
Right. Oh my God. Yeah, that's not one you want to see. I guess how long are these answers supposed to be, Brad? Are these one-word answers?
Just very quickly, yeah.
Okay. We'll stick with
some
doc.
people go off on
a great
tangents.
music doc.
Nice.
Hawaii turns me on. Love it. Just
Ooh,
love it
damn.
there.
Tim's answer. He's got a chance. You're giving him a chance to answer with him going second. Let's flip it, Tim. You're going first.
All right,
on the
that's
next
fair.
one.
Next one.
Okay.
Tim goes first. Tim, what turns you off?
Not being in Hawaii.
Fair enough. And what about you, Nick?
Stress, man. I feel like I'm trying to do a better job of having more fun in life, and particularly with my work, not being stressed out with on shoots. There's like so much going on, so I'm trying to just enjoy life a little bit more, take it a little bit easier.
What sound or noise do you love?
I love that, like a cello. I feel like a cello has a really beautiful. It's like been compared to the human voice a lot as being one of the instruments that's most similar to the human voice. So yeah, cello.
I like the sound of like a brand new sealed jar opening.
Ooh.
That pop. Love that.
Yep, that's definitely a good one. That's a solid answer. Now, or that sound. That's my favorite sound. Any cork popping is good for me. What sound or noise do you hate?
Oh, chalkboard sounds and
good one.
and when cardboard box flaps are opening and it's like scraping one side of the box, I can't even exist when that sound is happening.
I literally cringed when you said chalkboard sounds. I mean, a similar one for me, I feel like it gives me the same feeling as to stick with musical instruments, is like bad violin. I don't know if you've ever heard that really scratchy, like high. That one kills me too.
That's why I could never like give music lessons in my life for any reason whatsoever. What is your favorite curse word?
Probably shit. I mean, it's not exciting, but I drop a lot of shits. I'm a child.
Just like an abbreviated, like a I got lazy, so now I don't give a
So lazy, don't even finish the word.
Nah.
I wish I said hot damn more. Hot damn would be a good one, but I never say it.
I feel like that, maybe that should be a question. What curse word do you want to say more?
Whippersnapper.
Hot damn.
Hot damn. You with a little bit of that Florida, like hot damn.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of that down here. I think we even have a liqueur that's called Hot Damn, and I think some sort of cinnamon liqueur.
Hot damn.
Yeah, no shit. Now this is an interesting question to get to ask you guys because we talked about your struggles getting through this filmmaking process. What profession other than your own would you like to try?
Physics.
He's not kidding too. He's into it. I think for me, I'm taking this question more maybe too seriously, but I think at points in my career, I'm like, filmmaking is so hard and you make such little money for the amount of work you put in. I just want to like go into a farm somewhere and become a farmer. I'm like, I'm just going to have a simple 9-to-5 life. I'm going to go out into the fields, like till a field. And then that's my day. And I go home and I drink some Lipton tea for dinner. And
there you go.
And that's it.
Alternatively, what job would you not do under any circumstance?
Ooh.
Under any circumstance. Wow, that's unique. No matter what.
No matter what.
I would not be a drywall installer under any circumstances.
Good choice.
Ah.
It's a pretty rough work.
To the ones out there, because without them, I would not live in a house probably.
It's probably true.
So
certainly not as nicely put together as it probably is. Well constructed.
And if I could go backwards in time while Nick is still thinking about his answer, I am going to do my first public stand-up comedy set. It's 5 minutes long next week. So maybe I would get into that career.
Oh my God.
Depending on how that goes.
You should definitely send us a link to that YouTube when it's done.
That was exclusive, though. You just right?
Yeah, that was a plug.
Yeah. Shameless plug.
Plug in the Lipton.
Yeah, shameless plug. Class.
A shameless Lipton plug.
And what about you, Nick? What would you not do under any circumstance?
I've thought about this a lot. Thank you for asking, Brad. I think I've come to cleaning, like any job that involves cleaning just toilets or bathrooms. I just don't think I could do it.
That's a very common answer on this show.
Yes, I make Brad clean our bathrooms.
Yeah, I clean up my shit and all our guests' shit and everybody's shit. So if you want to know what profession I'd rather do, I guess I'd be a toilet cleaner, I suppose. Anyway.
I went to jail a few times.
I used to.
Well, just throw that out there.
I used to own a cleaning company.
Yeah.
On that note, I'm going to take a shit.
And finally, you guys.
Right, on that note.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates? That's always your answer.
For the right, you're act like, you made it to the right place, I think would be a good answer. Like you didn't, like you got the wrong directions. You're supposed to go somewhere else.
Definitely
like,
the best answer to get.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I would like to hear him say, "Can you believe this shit's real?"
Surprise!
That's good too.
Who knew?
That's good.
Nice. All right, you guys. That is Inside the Lipton team. You guys are amazing.
Yeah, you guys did great.
Awesome.
I feel like,
You guys, seriously.
Our hoot.
Your gems. Thank you profusely for not giving up on the dream and coming and getting to the end of this, because people deserve to know. And not the Gorge is just one place that you chose to put a light on. There are so many amazing music venues, and I hope that people, once they see your film, they pick up their own torch and go shine a light on these places that allow people to come and commune in a large scale for music and for that symbiotic relationship that only happens at live concerts. And if 2020 was any kind of indication of the need for that kind of community and what happens when that's taken away from people worldwide, I think it's more important now than ever that people understand that live music is important, and needs to be around. And the venues, more importantly than the live music itself, the venues need to be saved and helped and nurtured back to life so that they can be around for another umpteen generations like the Gorge. So you guys are doing absolutely God's work out there, and we applaud you for that.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
It
has been a long road. So this is honestly one of my favorite parts is just like bringing the film out and hearing people react to it. And so it means a lot. Thank you guys. You guys were a blast. I want to come. Can we just do this like on a weekly? Can this just be like a weekly Zoom call where we're all going to hang out?
We'll put you on the schedule.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect.
I just have a question.
Sure.
Nick, I've been to your house before. Is that a person holding out a slice of mango in your picture?
Is that right there?
No, the other one.
I was wondering too, or if it's an orange.
Oh, that one.
Is that just like, here's a slice of mango?
We're waiting for Skype.
That's a leaf, actually. That's this short documentary we did called Fall, which was about, we did this documentary series about different athletes and pairing each athlete with a season.
With a fruit?
And, with a fruit.
You're an orange.
Yeah. She's stuck on the fruit.
Usain Bolt, you're a banana.
Sorry.
I was interested
like,
about
tell me
it
that's
too.
a mango. It's a mango, Tim.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's a hand with a mango.
I kind of thought
It's a
so.
bongo. While we had some of our interns. No, just kidding. we
only have one.
We were talking about budgets. We don't have a budget either. Like I was gonna say, like the best currency for this kind of thing is energy and time, and like that's the best currency that we have. But we were looking up theaters in our area that have your film, and we found one in Boca Raton, which is just about an hour and a half from where we are sitting. And I think once the film's released, we're going to put together a little crew to go down and check it out. So
awesome.
Yeah, we do have a local theater with your film.
Send us we're doing this thing actually, Brad, where we have people take photos of different screenings that they go to and their groups that they go. So please send us some photos and we'll post them on our socials.
Absolutely.
And you can get some shout outs too.
Absolutely. We'll definitely do that.
Hell yeah.
Well, we're going to let you guys go and get back to your life. I know we went a little over Tim's time, but I certainly hope that you had a good time. And feel free to shoot us an email. Like, let's keep that email thread going. Any events that you guys are doing, we're happy to plug it. Anytime you guys are over here on this side of the world.
And when I drag Brad out to LA, like I like to do occasionally because I have family there, we'll come visit you. We'll hit you guys up. We'll
absolutely.
Go for tea.
So we'll keep in touch. I'm going to drag Paul out to California with us when we go to. So we'll all catch up and maybe even make a road trip up to the Gorge. I know you guys are done with that place, but we have to go see it for sure.
All right, Brad. So you just grab the acoustic and I'll grab the djembe, and we're just going to sit out there and
PCH Highway all the way.
Yeah, I'm going to get famous just like Jason Mraz. But I'm very, very excited for you guys.
Yeah, congrats to you too.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you guys.
Thank you.
thanks for coming on.
All right, you guys, take care. We'll see you soon. Peace. You guys, it's time to get our weekly dose of On This Day music history, celebrity birthdays and departures, gossip and more. This is the Jordy Files. Jordan,
Brad,
what's shaking, bacon?
not much. How about you?
Living the dream.
I forget what the response is to that.
I don't think there is a
I thought
response
there's
to
something
that.
with like butter. No, I don't know.
Sizzling?
Sizzling,
Sizzling like butter.
I don't know.
sizzling like butter. Sounds good.
I'm gonna Google it.
Oh man.
Anyway.
What do we got in the Jordy Files today?
Okay, today, June 23rd, we have so many birthdays today. Starting out with the most important, we have to give a special birthday shout out to the bad bitch herself, Miss Ellie Brock. She gets spirit fingers.
Fingers.
Bitch.
Period. And then, to go way back in time from the bad bitch, in 1929, American singer, songwriter, and actress June Carter Cash, married to the one and only Johnny Cash, with all their lovely duets, is celebrating a birthday today. And then in 1937, Nikki Sullivan, guitarist and singer, one of the three original members of Buddy Holly's backing group, the Crickets, was born on this day. Good moment.
I usually miss those moments. I was on it today.
Yeah, look at you. And then in 1940, Stuart Sutcliffe, original bassist of the Beatles for 18 months from January 1960 till June of 1961.
Not the good months. Not the good months.
Yeah, yes. And then in 1941, Robert Hunter, American lyricist, singer-songwriter. Wow, that was hard to say.
You
and
nailed
poet.
it, though.
Thank
I'm so
you.
proud of you. You know what?
Felt very squeaky.
Wow.
You get it.
Very, very whistly.
We want the old Jordan back.
Yeah, right? The one who can't read.
Yeah, that was more fun.
Yeah, this was too polished.
I know. It's like I practice. And poet, best known for his work with the Grateful Dead and for collaborating with singer-songwriter Bob Dylan, of all people.
Very
Weird.
relevant.
Yes, relevant to the conversations. And then in 1956...
Was that French?
Yeah, it was
Si,
close.
Senor. And then in 1956, Randall Darius Jackson, a.k.a. Randy Jackson, American musician and record producer, now best known for being a judge on the television show American Idol.
Hey,
was
dog.
born on this day. I always think of in Step Brothers where he signs the sword. He's like, do you know whose signature this is? Randy Jackson. And then in 1960, American record producer, mixer, engineer, and musician Brendan O'Brien, who has produced to date 14 U.S. #1 albums for acts such as Pearl Jam, also relevant, Bruce Springsteen, AC/DC, The Black Crowes, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and if that's not enough, Aerosmith.
Wow. Legends.
Damn.
Yeah, somebody was busy.
Yes. And then in 1962, Steve Shelley, drummer with American alternative rock band Sonic Youth, was born on this day. In 1975, Scottish singer-songwriter Katie Tunstall. There it is. There's the Jordy slip
You got it, though.
She's
that how you-
back.
I always hate,
Tunstall.
I always have a Tunstall. I
No.
have a problem.
One word. Tunstall.
Tunstall.
There you
Tunstall.
go.
Nice.
K.T. Tunstall, who had the hit song "Suddenly I See," which was a jam,
And Black Horse in the Cherry Tree, right? Yeah.
I think that's the same thing, right?
Maybe.
Anyway,
Close.
Maybe it is the same song.
I think it is. Either way, whatever way you want to look at it. Suddenly I see, or a big black horse in a cherry tree, whatever. Oh, it's like a poem.
That's a hell of an image.
Yeah, right? Interesting. And
Well, the ones you come across and go, how the fuck did that happen?
yeah, what were we seeing? And then in 1984, our birthday baby, Amy Ann Duffy, a.k.a. Duffy, Welsh singer-songwriter, who had the 2008 single Mercy, which was a jam, folks. So if you have not heard it, go back to 2008 and listen to it. And then, on this day in music history, in 1975, during his Welcome to My Nightmare tour in Vancouver, Canada, Alice Cooper fell from the stage and broke 6 ribs.
Oh, my God.
It was a nightmare.
It was a nightmare. Welcome to his nightmare.
A real nightmare there. Yeah.
And then in 1984, Duran Duran started a 2-week run at #1 on the U.S. singles chart with The Reflex.
Reflex.
Get it, Paul.
I was a huge fan.
Oh, you were a Duran
there you
Duran
go.
man?
Duran Duran, man.
Kind of more of a hungry like a wolf.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
song.
Yep. And then in 1990 on this day, Buddy Holly's Gibson acoustic guitar sold for $237.
I should have bought that.
Yeah,
Oh, my
no
God.
shit. It's on eBay now.
237. Wait, I can't say this.
237,000.
1,419. I don't know why that was so
zeros.
hard. Wow. Anyway, if you could see this number, folks,
And Jordan's back.
I just had to warm up a little bit.
Math is power.
Yes, reading is fundamental in an auction. So $237,419. Got it. The guitar was in a tooled leather case made by Holly himself.
Wow.
Fancy.
Very talented guy.
Yes. And then in 2010, 62-year-old Greg Allman underwent a successful liver transplant operation at the Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville, Florida. Allman had begun a series of treatments, but chronic damage of his liver left doctors to recommend a transplant.
Cheers.
In a statement, cheers on that note.
And the shot of the week is
Well, we keep drinking.
Too soon.
In a statement to the press, Allman said, "I changed my ways years ago, but we can't turn back time. Every day is a gift." Lovely words to
Did he
live
steal that
by.
from Cher?
Maybe.
Pretty sure he did.
Really? Would you put money on it?
Pretty sure he did. I don't think I
So
deserve
good.
that.
If you
but
can only turn down time, right?
yeah.
yeah, just
And
turn
not
it,
drink as much.
just turn it back.
Okay, and then oh no, I'm gonna really mess this one up,
Oh,
guys.
boy.
So
Here we go.
some departures. I mean, but you try to say this. In 2010, Pete Coffey, Quaife, Quaff. We'll go with Quaff.
Coffee.
Pete Quaff. Coffee?
Man, why not?
Okay, sure. English bass guitarist with the Kinks passed away at the age of 66.
Oh, it's a great band too. I
I
should have
know,
known
the
that.
Kinks.
I cover their songs at my shows.
You do. And then in 2016, Bobby Bland, American blues and soul singer, passed at the age of 83. And also on this day, Ralph Stanley, American bluegrass musician, passed away at the age of 89. So two bluegrass blues people today. And then in 2019, Dave Bartholomew, American jazz artist, and passed away at the age of 100.
Yeah, solid year.
Solid.
Damn.
Solid age to
Solid
to
even
kick it.
number. Yeah. And that concludes the Jordy Files. And now, as many of you are aware by now, each week Brad and myself will be concocting National On This Day videos. This week's video is brought to you by the one and the only, the Kevin McLoughlin.
Kevin McLoughlin!
As stated before, be sure to do your research, and on upcoming national days in advance, we may just act out your idea. We are also inviting past alumni of the show to be involved with any of the National On This Day skits, so please, please, please reach out to us in regards to that. Today is a big national day. It is National Pink Day, National Pecan Sandies Day. It is National Hydration Day. And last but not least, and my personal favorite, it is National Detroit Style Pizza Day.
Short stuff.
So the girl from Detroit.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody in New York's hair just stood up on the back of their neck.
Oh, just you wait. I got a whole speech here, so get comfy, folks. I'm going to go into a little bit of a pizza rant here, Brad.
Oh, I'm ready.
Being a Detroiter, I have some inside knowledge on the pizza discussion. Everyone backs the New York style pizza or the Chicago deep dish pizza, but commonly overlooked is the Detroit style pizza. And the best and oldest pizza chain, if and when in the Mitten, and more specifically in the Metro Detroit area to check out, would hands down be Buddy's Pizza, founded in 1946. Shameless plug. And then,
There you go, buddy.
and then
buddy.
you may ask, what makes a Detroit style pizza? It starts with the crust, deep and thick in Oh no, I messed up. In
now you're reading.
composition, yeah. And yet light and airy in taste. The steel square pans, borrowed from the auto industry, kind of gross, gives it a unique
Delicious.
shape. Yeah,
So they
you get
drain
that
the
extra
oil
oil taste. Yeah,
NW30.
nothing gets left behind in Detroit.
I'd like sausage, pepperoni, and 10W30, please.
Gives it the unique shape and one-of-a-kind flavor. Authentic Detroit-style pizzas layer the toppings backwards, meaning they lay the gourmet pepperoni directly on the hand-stretched dough. Next comes a generous layer of Wisconsin brick cheese, spread all the way to the edges of the pan, resulting in caramelized cheese that creates an incredibly crisp crust. Finally, racing stripes of tomato sauce to finish the top. If that doesn't make your mouth water, I don't know what will. So enough about that. Please enjoy our National On This Day video. Thank you.
You're making me hungry. Right? Delicious. All right, you guys. Here is our National Day video. I think this is the right button.
It's such a beautiful day. I think I've got everything I need for National Day. National Pink Day, National Detroit Style Pizza Day, National Pecan Sandy Day. I can't help but think I'm missing something.
Don't forget National Hydration Day.
If Gatorade does not pick that up for a commercial, I don't even know.
Yeah,
That
give it
was
up for the
great.
Jordy Files.
And the Brad and Kevin
Files.
files.
Nice. Well, you guys be sure to binge all of Jordan's files at jncpodcast.com. Click on the Jordy link. Coming up next, Paul and I are strapping in, and the Bruce, because he wasn't supposed to be here, but the Bruce is here. So Paul and I and the Bruce are strapping into our shot collars for Truth Hurts Trivia. But first, here comes a little jam from the Kevin McLoughlin and me.
Take one, Brad. Yeah. We've all got hope in our lives to make things better. We've all got time to make it happen if you try. So get on up, go out and make things better. Yes, you can make it happen if you try. Here we go. Hope has the way. Hope will make things new. Hope for a brand new day. Hope will see you through. We've all got hope in our lives to make it better. We've all got time to make it happen if we try. Never let anyone take away the fun. Yes, you can make it happen if you try. Here we go again. Hope has the way. Hope will make things new. Hope for a brand new day. Hope will see you through. Hope for a brand new day. Hope will see you through. Hope has the way. Come on, Brad, let me hear you.
right, that was a little jam from Kevin McLoughlin and I. Of course, you just saw him featured in our National Day video. So it's nice to get a little jam in with Kevin today. Paul, Steve the Bruce, are you guys ready for this?
Let's do this.
Nope. Who the hell got you these things anyway?
Oh, everybody full well knows who got us these because I give you props every single week
That guy
for these damn things. So we are all strapped in. We are all strapped in.
We've all got our strap-ons
for a round of Truth or new song. All right, you guys. Oh, what did I do?
Sounds like some B sci-fi role.
It kind of is, really. All right, you guys. Jordan will be asking Paul, Steve the Bruce, and I some general knowledge trivia questions, and we'll be answering them on the whiteboards. If we get them right, we get a pecan sandy.
What the hell? Hold on a second. What the hell is a pecan sandy?
It's like a little sugar cookie with some pecans in it. I don't know. I'm sure there's something special about it.
Sounds like somebody put a nut in dirt, man. It just doesn't sound appetizing.
You get shocked enough that'll happen to you.
Yeah, you live in Florida on the beach at night. You might. Anyway. If we're wrong, well, shit. So
literally.
Because we have 3 players, Jordan is actually going to be off screen. So maybe I'll be able to do this.
Only heroes are on screen right now.
Yeah. So, Jordan, take it away.
Well, thank you, Brad. So our category tonight, folks, is going to be retro diner lingo.
What the hell?
Yes. Just drink.
First of all, before we get down on this, we have this rum shine. It's rum-based moonshine, I suppose. Not sure exactly the story behind it, but we just cracked it open. We're gonna give it a little shot. I don't know if this is a shot, or maybe we should sip it.
It's probably a sip.
Oh, yeah. Just shoot it. Hell with it.
The Bruce Wood. That is crazy.
Whoa.
Oh. That is way different than what it smells like.
That was different.
It tastes way better than it smells.
How do you know?
I tried it.
Oh, good for you.
And I smelt it.
Well done.
And I dealt it.
Well done.
Oh,
and she dealt
there
it.
We go.
No, don't do that. Okay.
All right, you guys. So what we're gonna do is each of us are gonna write this down on the whiteboard, and it's kind of a free for all. Like it's every man for himself. We're not really playing against each other. We're playing against the shot caller. So, all right, Jordan,
this sucks.
Oh boy.
Give us our first question.
Okay, guys. So it's retro diner lingo. The first question is: City Juice or Adam's Ale is what? Would you like 4 choices? We have beer, water, soda, or coffee. By soda, they really mean pop, but we'll let it fly. City Juice or Adam's Ale is beer, water, soda, or coffee.
And just to let everybody know, we've turned up the voltage.
We did.
Yes.
From previous weeks, we turned it up 1 notch.
1.21 gigawatts.
Yes.
1.21 gigawatts.
I feel like you all got it wrong.
You guys show it to the.
Oh, you all had different answers.
We did have different answers. I said beer. The Bruce said water, and Paul said coffee. Jordan.
And the Bruce is correct.
Oh, come on, it's City Juice. What out of those come from the fucking city?
Oh, that's true.
I thought it was gin and juice.
Gin and juice.
You said water. Adam's drink.
Do we serve water in this bar?
Well, I'm glad you gave give us some.
An easy one right out of the gate.
You gave us something to pick from because I went with apple
I know.
juice.
Yeah, no.
I was all over the place. I'm like,
I would have
City
said
Juice.
I would have said apple cider or something. Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's
all right. So it's me and Paul.
Here it is.
Who's gonna go first?
Oh,
let it be a
You got to
surprise.
bite into something to.
Is it gonna
You
be
need
a
a stress
surprise?
ball.
Yeah, it's called your tongue. It'll be fine.
okay. So we have upped the ante, folks, too.
We have.
How do I not bite my tongue?
Okay, so you want it random?
Oh yeah.
We're going random. Okay, we're not going random. No one's working.
Wait. Oh, she's fucking with it, dude. It's gonna go up to like 50.
Oh,
it worked.
There
It worked. Hey, morning.
Great. So now it's me.
no, that didn't
It didn't work. It was you, and it's clearly not working.
I just jumped.
He just
you
jumped,
just
man.
jumped.
He was just messing with you.
It was
Son of
good
a
though.
bitch. All right, let me see the controller.
It was believable.
You gonna shock yourself?
Oh,
Look
shit.
how honest I
Hey,
am
hey,
here.
everybody take them off while
Yeah,
Brad
right.
fucks around with it.
Yeah.
I know.
I guess you didn't collaborate it
And
right.
make one of us piss all over
Calibrate?
Did they
ourselves.
turn off?
Oh, we never turned them on.
I turned them on.
No, but
Oh.
the green light's not on anybody's. Hold on.
Oh God.
No,
Don't-
I never turned mine on.
There's mine.
Oh, sweet,
there.
sweet mercy.
Oh.
Hold on.
Who's vibrating?
Oh, I'm vibrating.
That's you now.
My green light's not on. Hold it in.
Got it. Oh,
You just press it once, or?
Yeah, I mean, you just hold it down until it beeps, and then I push it here,
All
and
right.
it calibrates. Is it vibrating?
No, now it's not. Hold on.
This is asinine.
There. It just beeped. Now,
vibrating?
Yep. All right, we're good to go.
Okay,
all right.
hold on. That's mine vibrating. Is that your vibrating? All right.
Is our order still the same?
Oh, dear God.
I guess
Yes.
I'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
no,
it doesn't really matter, I guess.
Oh,
The order is still the same. All
That'd be
right,
funny.
so do Paul first,
Or we'll find out soon.
or me. I don't care at this point.
I feel so bad. Okay.
And I'm that wasn't bad.
Sorry, I screamed for you.
Yeah, maybe I need to make it tighter.
Maybe.
That wasn't bad.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, nice.
We got it, folks.
Jesus.
Yes.
He's so dramatic.
Yeah, I know. Every time it's the same reaction.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna die from the shock. I'm gonna die from freaking choked out.
Yeah, right. From the strangulation.
Probably true. Probably true.
Smacking your tooth into the mic.
All right, Jordan, what's the next question?
Okay. Popeye refers to which vegetable?
Chicken.
Chicken of the sea. We have celery, lettuce, spinach, broccoli.
Oh, no.
Popeye refers to which vegetable? Celery, lettuce, spinach, broccoli.
No, don't give us multiple choice.
Oh, we shouldn't?
Nah, let's make it fun.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
If you struggle, let's make it
Great.
fun.
All
This
right,
is boring.
Steve was
Segment sucks.
fucking masochist, but I said spinach. Everybody said spinach.
Nice.
I'm a sailor man.
You got it right, folks.
Nice. All right.
Okay. The next question is Friday's Choice refers to what? Friday's Choice refers to what at
Ooh.
a diner or restaurant?
Oh, don't make the multiple choice.
Let's keep it interesting.
All right, I'm ready.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy when you don't have choices. Cheers out there.
Sippy sippy.
Was the answer just a word or a paragraph?
It's
Oh,
like
no, we don't
Oh.
know because the Bruce
Yeah.
didn't want to have multiple choice.
Oh.
You just got to make it up, man.
Yeah. Wait.
All right, what do you guys have?
2/3 vote.
I said a fish fry. Cook's choice, whatever the chef wants. Oh, shit.
oh. Well, Brad, pretty good, correct. It is
Oh,
Should have thought about that.
shit.
a fish dinner.
Bring in a pair.
Oh, boy.
Bringing the pain to the Bruce.
Fuck you guys.
You emphasized Friday, so I should have. Yeah.
Yeah, the Friday.
Only because I worked in the restaurant industry, and Friday is usually like fish fry Friday. Fish Friday. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Nice, good job.
All right.
All right,
I think
here.
I can still return this to Amazon.
I know, right? It's not too late.
I think there's blood on it now.
Okay, here we go. Bringing the pain. Oh, he doesn't even flinch at all. He's good at
No,
this. Does it hurt?
well, no, it wasn't too bad, but it
Oh.
just.
The thing is, they don't hurt. It's just uncomfortable. It's a jolt. Like, it's not comfortable, I guess.
I actually think you could probably crank it up a little bit.
Oh, dang. He wants more.
No multiple
No,
choice.
give it to Steve
Let's
and see what he
crank up
thinks.
the power.
Well, then again, no, don't
We're upping
leave it
the
up to
ante.
Steve because he's dead inside anyway, so he don't feel it.
Soulless.
Yes.
And just for that,
Yes.
bringing the pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that felt good.
Yeah,
Dude,
that
my
felt
ear
good.
wiggled.
Oh, that's awesome.
It must be right on a nerve.
Oh, my God. All right.
Oh.
All right, Jordy, give us another question.
That's great.
Oh my god.
Okay. Sidearms refers to which table staples? Sidearms refers to which table staples? I feel like this one you kind of need the multiple choice
like
for.
a table. Okay.
The multiple choices: napkins, mustard and ketchup, salt and pepper, or cream and sugar. So sidearms refers to which table staples? A, napkins, B, mustard and ketchup, C, salt and pepper, D, cream and sugar.
Okay, I'm ready. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
I said salt and pepper. And Paul said salt and pepper. Steve the Bruce said catsup and mustard.
No, I said Peppa.
Pepper.
Salt and pepper's here. And salt and pepper is the way to go.
There it is.
Shock it. Shock them real good.
All right, Steve the Bruce is in for it.
All right, hit it.
And I put it up to 20. No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck it.
Bringing the pain.
Yeah.
You said my reaction's always the same.
Yes.
Gotta be on a nerve.
Steve's is always the same.
I feel like it goes right up and right into the lower part of my ear.
Yep,
That's
that's the
great.
spot.
That's a good spot.
We'll do a few more.
Okay, I got a couple more good ones. So, give it shoes or go for a walk means what? A, get a customer to pay their bill. B, reject a customer. C, make it a takeout order. Or D, remove an item from the menu. So to give it shoes or go for a walk means A, get a customer to pay their bill. B, reject a customer. C, make it a takeout order. Or D, remove an item from the menu.
See, I love this. Having worked in the restaurant industry. Like,
Oh yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah,
for
this
you.
is
Damn
right
it.
up my
This
alley.
is cheating.
Yeah, we're kind of like at a disadvantage here. That's
Well, each week there's going to be new categories, so you got to play
Listen,
every
man,
week.
you're wearing a barbecue beer shirt. What does the rest of it say? What does the rest of it say there? Barbecue beer and freedom.
America.
Freedom. Freedom.
Oh, that was beautiful,
Thank
Jordan.
you.
Very impressed. You guys have your answers down?
It's from that commercial.
To go, take out.
Good job, guys.
Nice.
Impressed.
Slap it on a dirty play. Give it
Yeah.
some feet.
So you all get a shot. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, that would
Everyone
be
gets
fucked up.
shocked.
I'll take it.
Shocker shots.
Shock and
Shock-
shots.
That would be.
Ooh, shock and shots.
Yeah, but we need to put it up to like 6 for shock and shots.
Shock and shot
You're onto something, Paul. I like that.
Yeah,
with sake.
that's entrepreneur
I don't
right
know.
there, man.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good work.
That is good.
All right, give us another question. Jordan.
Okay. Which of the following is not diner slang for orange juice?
Oh boy.
A, Sunkiss. B, Florida Tonic. That's cute. C, OG, like OH space GEE. Or D, Liquid Sunshine. Which of the following is not diner slang for orange juice? A, Sunkiss. B, Florida Tonic. C, OG. Or D, Liquid Sunshine.
All right, I'm ready. What did you say, Bruce? OG, Sunkissed. I said Liquid Sunshine because I think Liquid Sunshine is rain.
Oh,
What? That's what the no?
maybe.
Oh shit.
I mean, you're right.
Oh, damn.
I mean, you're right on the answer. I don't know about the whole rain thing, but
yeah, Liquid
either
Sunshine.
way, Liquid Sunshine.
Damn.
All right.
Yeah.
Shock these fools.
Oh my God, you're doing good tonight, Brad.
Yeah, I
Damn.
wonder
You
why.
picked a category that's right up my alley.
I
It
know,
really
damn
is.
it, this was bad.
Who chose the category again? Oh, yeah, okay.
To be fair, I did give her the trivia book.
Yeah, so I
With
had
that circled and highlighted.
Yeah, he said,
this is his
"Pick
night off from
this
IHOP."
one." This is what he does, or that's what he does when he's not podcasting.
Exactly. Night shift at IHOP.
All
The
right,
late shift. I finished
that's the best-
I finished
that's the best
podcast
shift.
Oh, yeah.
and I go straight to IHOP.
working on a night. Okay, anyway,
There's no
here we go.
better.
I was gonna. It's not the right song. Forget the pain. Liquid Sunshine.
I get your liquid sunshine.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Forget the pain.
Wow.
That thing must have shifted to a nerve or something.
Nice.
Was that one really?
Well, wait till you watch the video replay.
He must have adjusted it. It must have went right on a nerve.
Because I dropped that elbow.
Yeah, you did.
These arms don't work.
Oh my
It does,
goodness.
man. When it gets put on a nerve, dude. Oh yeah.
Ooh, child.
All right, let's do two more.
Okay. Which is not diner lingo for coffee? A, beans to go. B, belly warmer. C, brown water. Or D, cup of mud. Which is not diner lingo for coffee? A, beans to go. B, belly warmer. C, brown water. Or D, cup of mud.
All right. We got it. Belly warmer. I said beans to go. So I'm the odd man out here.
I think this is a good way to go out because you all got it wrong.
Oh, what is it?
It is brown water.
What?
That's
It
what I
is,
would call
but
it.
I know, that's what
it
I thought
is.
too. I thought they
Oh,
all kind of were
shit.
good.
Wow.
But
All right. Well,
I said two more questions, so
I know. Yeah, we'll do another one.
What'd you say? Few more?
I said two more.
Humor.
Oh, shit. I'm in this now.
Yes, you are.
Fuck me.
No.
Okay, who will it be? Just gonna randomly hit it a few times. Okay, bring in the pain.
Oh, Steve. Oh, shit.
Bring in the pain. Did it work?
Obviously not.
It didn't work. Bring in the pain. Okay, Brad, did yours die?
Thank God. I don't know. There must be some interference in here tonight.
Oh, it's because we're too hot to
Is
handle.
the light coming on at all?
No.
I don't
Wait,
see
let me
the
see. It's like beeping in my earphones. Is that weird?
I can't tell if it's on or not.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
can't.
it's so weird.
I can't see it.
Watch, it's like shocking somebody's dog out in the next yard. Let me see the remote.
Does your neighbor have a pacemaker?
Yeah. Right. Do I have a pacemaker?
The neighbor did.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Oh, the light's on now.
That'll be one of those weird
Maybe it was that noise. I'm sorry.
autopsies.
All right, masochist
Uh-oh.
time. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
Wow, he's doing himself.
I don't believe that. Press that button.
Oh, should I do it again?
Oh what? All right, go ahead.
No,
You
I'm
gotta
just,
believe
joking.
it.
I'm just joking.
And last but not least, bring in the pain.
His is working.
It's right on
yeah.
a nerve, man. That's good stuff. Right
That's
there.
crazy. That's crazy. This is the first time this has happened.
Yeah.
Where it's they've shut off like this. All right, one more question.
The last but not least, axle grease is A, beer, B, butter, C, wine, D, frying oil. Axle grease is A, beer, B, butter, C, wine, D, frying oil.
Everybody ready?
Yep.
Okay. I said butter. The Bruce said butter, and Paul said frying oil. The only man. That is, what's the answer?
The answer is butter.
Paul,
I was going to go with that first.
the man
dang it.
who sent us down this path to begin
This
with.
is only fair to go out this way.
It is only fair to go out this way.
As long as I get the right. Okay.
Give it to him.
Arms wide open.
Oh, yeah.
He's so mellow about his shocking. He's just like, no
Well,
sound.
that chair really gives it a good when you shift your body. It's
Right. It just swoops right in. You guys.
Oh, that was awesome. That was
Oh,
fun.
get this fucking thing off of me. You guys, after the break, I'll give you your midweek motivation. But first, here's another tune from me and Kevin McLoughlin. Enjoy.
across the room. Walk towards me, I walk towards you. I do just what I wanna do, but take the dream right out of my head. Put me on the dance floor, shake your body while I just stand there. This isn't what I came here for. Don't put your hair in my face. I don't wanna smell your perfume. Don't put your hands on my waist. And I don't wanna dance with you, no. Don't put your hair in my face. I don't wanna smell your perfume. Don't put your hands on my waist. And I don't wanna dance with you. To put it plainly, I got no rhythm. These 2 feet are like bricks in my shoes. I see the way, girl, you move your body. There's some other things that we can do. We can hold it up the valley, back to my place. I can get some music on. If you don't want to, well, that's okay, girl. I'm getting on the dance floor. Don't put your hair in my face. I don't wanna smell your perfume. Don't put your hands on my waist. I don't wanna dance with you. Don't put your hair in my face. I don't wanna smell your perfume. Don't put your hands on my waist. I don't wanna dance. Come on, Kevin. Down road, and grab me and pull it toward us. Come on, let's go and have some fun. Don't put your hair in my face. I don't wanna smell your perfume. Don't put your hands on my waist. And I don't wanna dance with you. No. Don't put your hair in my face. I don't wanna smell your perfume. Don't put your hands on my waist. Well, I don't wanna dance with you. Take it home, baby. All right, let's get you over the midweek slump. Take some notes because this is your midweek motivation.
All right, you guys. This week's topic is consistency. Now, before I dive into this topic, there is a time and a place. A time and a place? A time and a place.
Tom and a Jerry.
Well, Tom's there too.
For spontaneity. Trying new things and going off the beaten path is all very accepted and healthy. With that being said, a good habit in your professional life and personal life is consistency. Building a routine not only helps you stay organized, but it helps you be personally accountable. You become a more reliable colleague, and in many cases, it improves your time management skills. Develop good, healthy routines, and it will make you better at what you do, no matter what it is. Remember, success isn't about what you do occasionally. It's what you do consistently. I'm Brad Brock, and this has been your Midweek Motivation. Now it's time for a round of Name That Tune.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Tonight's category for Name That Tune is music from the Gorge.
All right.
I'm going to crush it.
I'm glad I watched it.
Yeah,
These
same.
are legendary artists featured in the enormous movie. We are looking for song name and artist name, so let's play.
Dave
All right, you guys.
Matthews.
Yeah,
Probably you should save that on there.
just keep it on.
All right, here is your first clue for Name That.
Well, I know the song. I don't know the damn name.
Aha. Here.
Oh, shit.
We didn't really talk about this particular artist
We
in the
should
interview at all.
have.
We should have, yeah.
Yeah.
But you should have remembered.
Shoulda,
Should have
coulda.
remembered.
So you're going to have to see the movie.
All
Yep.
right.
Ah.
Oh.
Yes.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I think we should put together, because Boca Raton is one of the. There's a theater in Boca Raton that is showing the film, so we should try to put together a little party to go down there. I think that'd be
A little
nice.
soiree.
A little soiree. What do you guys have here in the lounge?
I'm still trying to sing the song in my head.
Oh, Jordan! Holy shit!
Oh, damn it.
Keep on rocking that. I'm going to give it to you, Paul.
Yep.
Not a damn thing.
Steve, my God.
Steve Miliband, I completely drew a blank.
Did I get it?
You did.
Rockin' me, baby.
Perfect.
Oh.
All right, you guys. Second clue coming at you.
I feel very shameful right now.
Put the shot collar on.
Yes.
Redemption. We should do shot collar for this too. Redemption's coming at you.
Ah, yes.
Steve has a distant stare.
Colby's loving it.
I'm trying to remember.
I got it. I might have spelt it wrong, but I got it.
All right, we'll give the Bruce a couple more minutes.
Okay.
No, let's go ahead and go.
Yeah?
I don't know the singer.
Wait,
Okay.
let me color it in. I made a doodle.
Oh, jeez. All right. What do you guys have here in the lounge? Oh, Paul's still going. Yeah, he's drawing a picture. Yes.
So,
You get half point.
Yeah,
Bruce gets half
it's
point.
hard. Shit.
Not too bad.
shit.
All right.
Shucks.
Next clue. Here we go.
Even the stars, they burn.
I knew that Steve wouldn't have this one at all. Here it is one more time.
Even the stars, they.
Can't we do like a country music one time? Jesus. I
We
mean,
do
seriously.
every time that you're not here.
Yeah, I know exactly.
The next time you're here,
Dick.
we'll do a country music one. All right, what do you guys have here in the lounge? I know Steve's got nothing. Jason Mraz, you get half point. I won't give up. Mr. A to Z, Jason Mraz. Well done, Jordan.
Oh yeah, when they were talking about Jason Mraz the whole time, I was like, who? In my head.
In your head.
You would know him, the remedy.
No,
No. You're talking about the Bruce here.
I'm almost 50 years old now.
Wow, dime yourself out.
Dang.
All right. Almost 50.
should have done some of the Watershed tunes.
I know, ladies.
Or whatever. Was that
I
what it was
look
called?
a day over
Watershed?
30.
Oh yeah, Watershed.
Yeah.
The music festival that they have there at the Gorge.
Which was the country
That's
one.
right.
Yeah, that's the country one.
You might have stood a chance then,
Yeah,
Bruce.
maybe we could do a country song in here. I'm sure country's played there at one time.
Not gonna happen
I
tonight.
know.
Here's the next clue.
At home, drawing pictures of mountain tops.
I know all the songs. I just don't know how to sing songs.
Here it is one more time.
At home, drawing pictures of mountain tops.
For those of you who are familiar at all with the Gorge, this was a massive concert in 1993 there. Really one that they talk about at length in the documentary, Enormous, the Gorge Story.
It's crazy to think back at that time, right, when Pearl Jam was ready to blow.
Ah.
Oh, sorry.
Wow.
Gave it away.
Paul. That's the answer. What do you guys have here in the
I'm not going to cheat.
Not sure by someone. Paul, what do you got? It is Pearl Jams and cocktails. I like you get a million points.
Jams and cocktails.
What did you have, Jordan?
I did know it was Jeremy, but I put free something.
Oh, Pearl Jam. It's amazing that you knew that at all.
It
Free
is.
something.
All right, you guys. Last clue. This is the one you probably should have seen. That clip makes me want to listen to the whole record. So good. So good. Timeless. All right, Paul, I know you're going to get a ding on this one. It is Dave Matthews. It's not Walking, though.
I got him. I'm
Dave Matthews.
Yeah,
I
close
put Dave
enough.
Matthews Band, not Crush, on something, maybe.
Wait, what?
It was like multiple thoughts.
That's really cool.
The song is
Nope.
the song is Stay.
Okay, sure.
All for this nameless tune, audio wise. The very first song is Rockin' Me by Steve Miller Band. Second song is Barracuda by Heart. Third song is I Won't Give Up, Jason Mraz. Fourth song is Jeremy by Pearl Jam. And of course, the last tune is Stay. I won't give up.
It's,
Jason
said, is it
Mraz.
in the stars?
What?
I don't know what you're listening. Maybe you're getting your signals crossed, just like the just like the game.
collars?
But
She's getting interference on the shot
I
caller.
thought-
she did say she heard it beeping in there. But name that tune.
Might be aliens. I don't know.
Aliens.
E.T.
Great
going
movie.
home.
Well, you guys,
JK.
next up, we'll give you our shameless plugs. But first, here's one more jam for the evening. Stay tuned.
Down on the corner, downtown in the street, he'll send his girl out and take your money nice and neat. Out on 2nd Street, they know he's the man. He's got your number, what you want is in his hand. Don't miss your chance to get it while you can. From the Minky, Stinky man, tell us all about it, Brad. play the game. He just might call you out. Everybody's waiting, see how it all turns out. Ain't no use to hide, he can see it in your eyes. Once he's done dealing, we all fire up and we ride. Don't miss your chance to get it while you can. From the Minky Stinky Man, here I go. Corner downtown in the street, he'll send his girl out and then she'll take your money nice and neat out on 2nd Street. They know he's the man, he's got your number, what you want is in his hand. Don't miss your chance to get it while you can. From the Minky Stinky Man, come back around to the fire with me, man. Don't miss your chance to get it while you can. One more time. Don't miss your chance to get it while you can, yeah.
All right, welcome back, and it is time for our Jordan. What do we call this? What do we call this?
Well, Brad, we like to call it our Shameless Plugs.
Yes, Shameless Plugs.
That's a long finger.
Thank you.
I know. Do you see the size of that thing? There it is.
Okay, well, we missed it twice now.
Oh, you guys. As always, we like to turn it over to our guest, and this has been a very special show. Paul, thank you so much for Paul, you guys. Paul Robertson, Drums and Rums. This is my shameless plugs for Drums and Rums Podcast.
You got it.
Paul, bringing this interview to light and introducing me to a piece of art that I would never have found on my own, I think. And then presenting the opportunity to get and talk to these guys.
Right.
Long time coming. Dude, you're the fucking man.
Oh, well, thank you. So I'm glad I was able to share it. And again, it really goes back to our, as we said, with Tim and Nick, our fellow alumner, Mr. Chris Springer, who, allowed me to tag along with him to see the film, when they were here in Fort Pierce. And now I'm glad to share it because I think it's definitely a great story for people. I think folks that are getting ready to finally start coming out of their houses and vaccinated or whatever you want to call it, everyone's ready to get out and see music.
Right.
And to be able to get out and see music in a place like that.
I want to stop here real quick just for a second. And I just want to micro focus on what you just said. See music. music is audible,
Mm-hmm.
right? We listen to music all the time. But to go and see music, and the translation is to go and watch the bands that create that music perform with your eyeballs. To me, that's a powerful term.
Yeah.
It's a powerful term to say, go and see music. Because, as I mentioned earlier when we were signing off with the guys, it's so crucial, especially now when it was taken away for a year more.
Right.
To get back and make sure that those places that we give back to what they've given to us,
right?
And make sure that they thrive and they excel. So, again, kudos to you, Paul, for that.
Yeah, no, I'm glad we could share it. Again, when we talked, definitely, I think it was a great idea to do a co show on this with you. And
always fun.
And especially when I was trying to find my way last year with guests and so forth, and it probably worked out for the best that they couldn't, it just didn't line up last year, and then things just kind of fall where they the right timing. But I think that's something you hit upon. You talk a lot about it. Both you and I. You're definitely focused on a lot of the local music here, right?
Sure. And
establishments and so forth, and I talk about a little bit from time to time is the symbiotic relationship between musicians, venues, and spirits, right?
Sure.
Bars.
Yeah.
Without this, you don't have this, you don't have this. And when one of them gets out of whack, then all of a sudden, everybody, it's the circle of life, whatever you want to call it.
Right. It's all, it's symbiotic. It's intertwined.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but to see it, because like you said, watching that film, and I'm telling you, shameless plug is for the movie. Definitely go watch it if you see it in your theaters. It is definitely a great movie. It's not like how Adam Sandler has a great soundtrack to all his movies.
Sure, of course.
It's almost very similar. It's not an Adam Sandler movie, but
But you're right. Like it's not only is it a great visual film to see, but the soundtrack is unbelievable. And like we touched on in the interview, the soundtrack that you're hearing, the majority of it is being performed live by the artists there on site at the venue.
Right.
And so it really just, to me, that was a hugely moving piece to their puzzle that they put together, and in a choice that they made that was not even like, it was like an afterthought choice that they decided to do that.
Right.
But I feel like it was such a special move to pull that together. So
there was a lot of that was just some of those, as they said, the chapters. They had those little performances that it seemed so intimate when you watched it, but considering it was intimate in a place like that,
right? Exactly.
It was just again, I like I said, I think there was a very spiritual kind of. You're there in nature, you're God, and not to get all religious, but it was something that was created.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to experience that in a natural kind of sense, and especially I'm sure, and that was I forgot to ask a question about the guys is that sense of folks that are in the Pacific Northwest, is that just kind of part of their DNA of being very out in the nature, right?
Well, fuck it, man. Let's call him back.
All right, let's go.
Let's get him on the phone again.
It's Gorge 2.
Yeah, it's only 5 o'clock or 5 or 6 o'clock where they are. Plenty of time.
Oh, yeah, right. So shameless plug there. Definitely go check out the film.
Yeah, for sure.
Go look it up in Fandango. As we said, it's down in Boca, for closest, I think, here for us, here in South Florida. You got to see it. Check it out. Maybe if it eventually makes it to online or streaming, whatever.
Yeah. enormousmovie.com. That's the web address.
Right.
To check it out.
Definitely a great movie to watch, and the great story. It's not just all about music, but it's all how it was founded by those two original owners that had this idea, and it just grew to what it became. So, which is awesome. So,
All right, so that was not so much a shameless plug, but plug for a very good reason.
Yes.
So give us some of your shameless plugs. What's coming up for Drums and Rums? What do we need to be looking for?
Yeah, so Drums and Rums. So dropped yesterday was our 50th episode there with Jim Riley, the I guess he's not the drummer from Rascal Flatts anymore because the Rascal Flatts had kind of called it, put an end to it.
Right, they kind of retired.
Right,
yeah.
and we did talk about how, it was going to be a farewell tour, and he said that he didn't see that happening, right? The tour that got canceled last year was just going to kind of happen. They're all doing their different projects, and, again, he said if they make the phone call, they'll pick it back up, and that was something I was hoping for last year was to interview him because West Palm would have been the last stop on that farewell tour.
And have him.
Right. Yeah. But anyway,
locally.
So episode 50 just, was dropped on Tuesday. So check it out there. Great interview with Jim. Here, just being around a professional touring musician for over 20 years and one of the biggest country bands. I was really excited. And as you know, Brad, I've talked so much about it, having this interview with Jim at the Drum Dojo. And then coming up after that, episode 51, we have Dorothea Taylor, the drumming godmother.
Yes.
I can, that was, we're going to be taping that actually, soon. And that will be, that'll be a fun one. Just again, the book, as they said, the book doesn't, don't judge the book by its cover.
Sure.
Right.
What's great is if you guys are interested in drumming at all, or maybe you even seen this viral video from Drumeo, is Dorothea Taylor. And, she's like, I think the video is she's going into these various music stores asking, about drums, and the guys keep like guiding her to pianos, and, you're like stereotypical, like older lady, church lady type instruments. And then she goes to a band rehearsal and she fucking lays
down with the sickness by
on the drums.
Yep.
Incredible.
Yes. Yeah, Brad showed me that one day. We were randomly just chilling, watching random YouTube videos
right in the middle
leading
of the
into
pandemic,
when we were going through it, and we were just watching different YouTube videos, and he's like, you have to see this lady. He was like, she is fucking amazing.
So it's amazing that you got her on your show, man. Very stoked.
No, thanks. And that was again, I always look at the if you get a chance, check out her recent Drumeo post was on there. She was just playing this little fill called Hug a Dig a Burr, and say that. Try to say that 10 times.
Hug a Dig a Burr.
Yeah. So there, hug. Yeah, I don't know if you can.
Oh wow. Yeah.
There you go. So watch the video and you just see how quick she's. Her speed is
she's
crazy.
wild.
Man.
But I again appreciate the especially to. Winnie Tan, I just had her on.
That was a great show, by the way. She's a gem.
You.
Wow, what a presence, man. She's so sweet.
But she referred me, and again, guest referring guest, which can't, makes it so easy for folks to connect this person, connect that person, and both Dorothea, and then next month. Winnie had referred another guest, Sheila Klotz. She served also in the drum corps in the military. So we're going to do a whole month of guests who were, hopefully, I still have a couple open slots, guests who were veterans, right? To kind of focus on veterans who had served and who were either drummers or rummers or something. And our very first guest of the month is, because it's my damn show, he may not be a drummer, and he, as he said, he may be a little bit of the rummer, is my dad. My dad served in Vietnam, and we sat down on Father's Day, apropos, and he's going to be our first guest for July. So it was kind of an interesting father-son chance to just talk about some things,
It's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it, and got a couple other things, check out Drums and Rums, their podcast there. We're posting new episodes every Tuesday. Trying to keep it real fresh, trying to keep it really interesting with some of the guests we've got. Also on all of our socials there, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and so forth. So also, just as we were talking there, just dropped a new TikTok video. What happens when you rent a water slide and you mix it with rum? So go check out.
Get the fuck out of here!
Oh, you haven't seen it. You haven't seen it yet. Oh,
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I kind of fell off the TikTok wagon, man. I was like really strong on it for a minute.
And I tagged you on the video too.
No shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll
Right,
double check.
So yeah, and then also the rum I've been sipping here tonight is this is Instill Distilling. They're based out of North Carolina. There, fellow also podcaster there, Eric Tanzi. He's part of another show network and so forth. He's so hopefully I'm going to have him on because he's a veteran also.
Nice.
Makes rum and so forth. And then lastly, our Friday night video updates. So this Friday, if you are a top fan on our Facebook, you will. That's yes, our latest top fan there, Mr. Brad Brock. So
it's me.
He's going to be in the running with a few other folks there for our top fan giveaway, and we do have some giveaways from our good friends at Copper Bottom Craft Distilling in Holly Hill, Florida. So I appreciate Jeremy and the Craig family there for hooking us up with some swag. That
not gonna lie, it was a strong choice between wearing my Drums and Rums hat tonight or my Copper Bottom hat.
All right, well.
To be fair, I wore my Copper Bottom hat all day today. Just putting it out there, Jeremy, if you're listening.
So yep. So definitely you got to tune in. Again, you got to be in it to win it. So you got to be a top fan. Go to the Drums and Rums page. You got to interact, like, watch the live videos, share. Don't just like. You got to be a little bit more engaging than that to get on that list, and you get added to the opportunities to win some free stuff that may be stuff you can wear, or some stuff that you may actually be able to consume. That's all I'll say, because I know social media frowns upon certain things.
and we're cut off.
Right.
Demonetized.
Got to be monetized first.
But I think that's all I got.
Nice. Awesome.
Nice.
Drums and Rums.
Whoop, whoop. Excellent.
All right. Speaking of TikToks,
Who
Jordan Taylor.
Who is speaking of TikToks?
What?
Kesha.
Wake up in the morning. Well, everybody, we have our TikTok. And if you would please give us a follow, we are going to be posting just awesome stuff. So JNC Podcast, super easy. I know, it's right here. JNC Podcast on the TikTok. Yes. So give us a follow and we'll make you chuckle. Thank you.
Nice. I
approve this message.
And she approves this message. All right. Well, then it comes to me, you guys. As always, thank you so much for tuning in live or catching the rerun of the show. Wherever you're tuning in, please give us a like, share, follow, and subscribe. I know Paul is dangerously close to 100 subs on YouTube, and we want to be there too. So please go and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jams and Cocktails. Actually, we don't even have Jams and Cocktails yet because we need 100 subscribers. So just search us out, JNC Podcast or Jams and Cocktails, and you'll find the show.
Or the ugly URL.
The ugly URL. Hey guys, the all-new JNC Podcast mobile app is here. If I can find it. It is here, you guys. It is free for iPhone and Android. Wherever you get your apps, you can watch or listen to the show. Tune in to JNC Radio. Find great live entertainment around the Treasure Coast with a show calendar powered by our friends at TC Nightlife and more. Go get it. It is free. You guys. Oh, yeah, look. Paul's got it on his phone. See? You guys got to do it.
Yep. If you want to, you got to be like Paul.
Yeah.
Be like Paul.
Be like Paul. You guys, we hope you've gotten a chance to check out JNC Radio. It is streaming 24/7 on the Live 365 platform. You can get their free app and find JNC Radio to listen to great local Treasure Coast music mixed with other great music. You can listen to it, as I mentioned, in our app, but the Live 365 app is really, really good. And there's tons of great music programmed by real people locally and abroad. So check it out. Go find us, JNC Podcast. Shout out to our sponsors and partners at Code Rum. We love you guys. The Treasure Coast Rum Cake Company, Todd and Laura at tcnightlife.com. Literally the best place to go and find local entertainment anywhere on the Treasure Coast. Snorkel Corn Entertainment, Treasure Coast Entertainment, Parklet Films, the Sneaky Tiki, Hop Life Brewing, and Paul from Drums and Rums. There. We thank you all so much for our support. It's been a long night here. You guys, this is where you can find me, one-man band jamming, coming up this weekend. Thursday night, and that is June 24th at 8 p.m. I will be at the Square Grouper in Fort Pierce. Justin Mandel will be playing bass with me on that show. Friday, the 25th at 6 p.m. you can find me at Hurricane Grill in Palm City, one of my favorite spots to jam out. Saturday afternoon, I'll be at Costa de Esta in Vero Beach at 2 p.m. Monday afternoon, I know it's a double on Monday. It's my Monday double. Monday afternoon, June 28th at 12 p.m. I'll be at Blue Point Bar and Grill in Tequesta. And then I'll probably be eating oysters at the Twisted Tuna there in Jupiter. And then I'll be heading over to the Square Grouper in Jupiter for a show at 8 p.m. on Monday. So plenty of opportunities to come out and hang out with me this weekend. You guys, please don't forget to check out our new JNC National Days comedy series. They are short films parodying some ridiculous national days. You can binge them on our YouTube channel or our Facebook page. And you guys, that does it for my Shameless Plugs!
Woo. And on the TikToks, Brad.
And on the TikToks.
Yeah, the TikTokies.
TikTokies. You guys, it's been a long evening.
It's been a hell of a ride.
It sure has. We hope that you've enjoyed tonight's show. Go check out Enormous, the Gorge Story, and learn a little bit about a legendary music venue, and know that it was put together by a crew of just remarkable people. And it was very, very kind of them to take some time out of their day to come together and chat with us. And Paul, again, for pulling that together, man.
Definitely could tell, something. You guys love what they do, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And hate it in the same breath. But you guys, give it up for the Destruction Crew tonight, Miss Jordan Taylor.
Thank you. The only one still holding strong.
And Paul Robertson.
And Paul. Yes. We sacrificed
and
the Bruce.
Steve
crickets.
Where's the cricket?
Yeah, that last shock, he had to go to the hospital.
Yeah. Some people work for a living, and Steve is one of them.
And some people can't hang, and Steve can't hang. No.
Oh, shots fired. Bang,
pew,
bang.
pew, pew. Just kidding. Love you.
Did you say shocks fired?
Shocks fired.
Shocks fired. Oh, Jesus.
You're good.
And I just need to put an honorable mention for our newest summertime intern, Colby.
Summertime intern. Thank you, Colby.
He is going to be facilitating. It's my loving nephew. I love him to death. He's off school, and he'll be hanging out with us here in the lounge, doing all the intern work, running some, kind of being a gopher, kind of moving cameras around and helping us with some production stuff. Super good kid, and excited to have him here on the crew. Join us next week for the Death Nut Heat Challenge. 15 million Scovilles.
Yikes.
It's the hottest thing we've had on the show to date. Al Beltran and Rob from the Sneaky Tiki will be joining us. Until then, you guys
stay cool.
Yeah.
Stay hydrated and live enormously. We love you. Broadcasting live from the legendary JNC Lounge. I'm Brad Brock. Good night.